This is Aldonna Ambler with your growth strategy tip of the week for mid-sized companies. It's really important to reclaim your innovation process. Now, why would I be talking about that now? Look, the economy's been tight, and what I'm seeing is that people are cutting the marketing budget, cutting the R&D budget, cutting training, etc. And I understand that we have to really mind our cash. But here's some of what I'm seeing. If you eliminate the innovation process, you run the risk of some of the people that you have working for you getting bored, getting itchy to go somewhere else, being less productive, not coming up with product ideas that's going to make the difference in your business. It really is, killing the goose that laid the golden egg. And most of the really successful companies out there that you'll see and you hear about, they have found a way to weave the innovation process into their day-to-day work. It's so that they take away some of the expense and they make it part of their culture. Particularly in a family business, this is important. Let's say you're in the first generation and you're not convinced that the second generation is really quite ready to take over. But one of the best ways for them to get ready is to do some research, to be thinking about the marketplace, to be figuring out a new product. And even if all of their ideas don't end up happening, that analysis of the market, that coming up with ideas, the rigor of learning the numbers, is one of the ways you get prepared to be a true owner of a business. I love one of the articles that Julian Birkinshaw wrote. It's a classic article, and it's out of the MIT Sloan Management Review. And it really reminds us that, if the idea of if you build it, they will come isn't right. But it reminded us of, there's like 5 steps to innovation process that we can all use. And I just want to think about it so that you remind yourself that it's always going on. You're in an investigation stage or you're in a preparation stage. You're in incubation, you're in verification, or you're in application. And I've noticed a lot of companies don't know which step they're at when it comes to product innovation. So that's where I would ask you to start, is on an idea that you have or something that employees are considering researching. What are you talking about? Are you at the beginning investigation stage? Are you actually preparing to do, some detail about it? Are you in the incubation stage of doing some beta tests and looking at figuring it out, verification, where you'd really make sure the market wants it? Or are you in the application launch stage? Which one are you at? So that you know what kind of behavior you're looking for. I mean, some jobs that people have can be so tedious that they really need to have research that they're looking on, or new ideas that they're reading about, or something they're considering. If you weave innovation into your basic management meetings, you're looking for the top 10 ideas. And so maybe 9 of them are never going to work, but you're farming, you're hunting, you're mining for the one that is. So you're always looking for the top 10 ideas. Even if you drop one off, you look for another one. I have found that periodic meetings that review what's been discovered really help. Salespeople can also feel like they're being set up for frustration during a recession. And they come back and they say, people are complaining about this, and people are frustrated about that, and I'm having a hard time, and just complaints. You can turn the complaints into a discovery session and say, let's go deeper. What are the prospects actually saying? What are they frustrated about? What's their biggest problem? What were they trying to do that made them so frustrated? Because people aren't frustrated if they're not trying to do something. They're just depressed or bored. But if they're frustrated, there's the meat, there's the juice of some potential interest. So what was the client, what was the prospect trying to do that got them frustrated? There's the hint of something your company might be able to do that creates a product, creates a service that would be of value to that prospect. So you're on the hunt, you're on the investigation mode, sending your salespeople back to do more investigation and active listing is really worth the time, instead of it just being complaining and saying how many calls have you made and have you sent out so many proposals and how many appointments have you had. I like to look at how investigative their conversations have been. You get the idea. It's time to reclaim your innovation process.